when he was in kindergarten. I think he wrote camo for his favorite color. He always, since the time he was a kid, was taking things apart. Like, he destroyed I don't know how many radios to try to put back together. You know, I kind of think of his line of work in ammunition, and he did pretty much that. My brother and I growing up, I think like a lot of siblings, we were best friends and worst enemies. When I went to college, I didn't miss my parents at all, but my gosh, I really missed my brother. The reason my brother went into the Air Force was air conditioning. In all seriousness, he had initially wanted to go into the Air Force and be one of the gunners on the helicopters, and he ended up heading into ammunition, which I think was a much better fit for him. My brother was in the Air Force just short of 18 years. He enlisted shortly after high school. He did several tours overseas, and he was in Iraq, specifically at the time that they were instituting their first vote. A couple of other tours. He did a couple years in Korea, but only to get to Alaska. For him, Alaska was his playground. The mountains, the fishing, the remoteness. He was never one to enjoy crowds of people or large cities, so Alaska gave him all of the hermit life that he wanted. He ended his career as a master sergeant, knowing that he did not want to ever progress beyond master sergeant because he felt it would cause a disconnect between him and his people. So December 17th, 2019 was single-handedly the worst day of my life. My neighbor had called my cell phone, which was very bizarre, and she said that there were two men in full uniform at my door. I immediately called my brother, and then it went right to voicemail. I called his best friend, who is also in the Air Force, and he instructed me to go home, and so I did. They came in and they read through their proclamation, and, you know, it happens just so shocking, and then you feel very alone. Probably the most alone I've ever felt in my life. So after my brother passed, for me it was very important that I continue to try to stay close to him and close to the way he lived his life and his memory. He was such an incredibly giving human being. For me, a way that I felt I could really honor him was by sponsoring a dog. And Riley is his last name. Everybody called him Riley. So for me, there was no better way to know that my brother is still able to carry on his work, his name, to help somebody just like him. And I wanted to do that because I don't want anybody to feel what our family's gone through in losing him. When we started his memorial donations, there were so many people that wanted to do so much, and that's where I knew that's where I wanted anybody that had a memory or a tribute to my brother, I wanted it to go to Guardian Angels. And realizing that we had the potential to sponsor a second dog was really, really cool. And Ammo's gonna go out there and save another life, so it's another brother. So I've been volunteering with Guardian Angels since the Mutt Strut inception in 2016. My brother was so very proud of the work that we did and the work that we continue to do for veterans. You know, ironically, I never would have thought in a million years that I would be on the emotional side of this that I am currently. I never thought it would be my brother. Never. Did not see any of that coming. So my hope through all of the work that we do, all of the work that Guardian Angels does, to see an organization build something that prevents suicide. Anyone who has been paired with a Guardian Angels medical service dog has continued to live their life, and not just be somewhere, but live it. And to know that veterans get their lives back is incredible. My hope personally is that that waiting list drops. That waiting list goes down. There's not a lot we can do. I mean, to help the things that our soldiers see or the things that they go through, I can't help in that way, but I can help provide them with some of that peace when they need it. And that's my hope. My hope is that waiting list, that, what is it, in the 90s right now, goes down where there's not a waiting list. And that's my hope in doing this.